This is a very important video to me. Probably the most important video that I think I've ever made. Because in life, right, when you hate someone, you could make up things about this person that are not true and call them terrible things like a scam artist, whatever the case may be. Okay. Now, the thing is, are you saying this out of hate or out of truth? This is the question. This is a very important question. Because, see, sometimes what happens in life, like it can happen even if you're in a relationship, say, you're in a relationship with a girl. And let's just say the girl decides, for whatever her reason is, I don't want to be with you no more, Rich. You're not my type. You're fat. You eat too much food. You're not attractive. Okay. Right. Okay. So she breaks up with me. Now, I start out of anger start making up things about her that are not true. I'm like, look, she's running a prostitution ring in her apartment. She's a drug addict. She's a drug dealer. She sells drugs, and I start like sharing this with people, and people start believing it because let's just say that they're my friends and they trusted me, and they trusted what I'm saying is true. So next thing you know, this girl gets a bad rep. She gets a bad reputation because people are calling her all these things. She's a drug dealer. She's running a prostitution ring. Okay. And now no other boy, wants to go out with her. No other guy. She loses all of her friends. She loses her job. Now, I understand. Look, I don't want to get into the whole legal, like the legal argument. I want to get into the moral argument of this. I want to talk about morals. Okay, because I understand the whole defamation of character. I don't want to get into legal, okay, stuff. I want to get moral. This is what I want to talk about. Okay, so now the thing is, was that morally right? What that ex boyfriend did? No, he did it out of hate. He did it out of anger and hurt. And sometimes anger and hurt can be caused for no reason. Sometimes people just don't like someone. They didn't do anything wrong to this person. They didn't, harm them in any way, shape, or form. But some people hate for no reason. That's what's going on with me and a lot of people in the ape community. A lot of people. They're making claims about me that are simply not true. And the thing is, they know it's not true because they have no evidence to back up anything they're saying. They're just saying it. That's it. It's like, it'd be no different than if I would go to someone like on YouTube and I would say this person's a drug dealer, whatever. This person it's a child molester. Someone actually did that to me. That guy, what was his name? Big Ticker Trades. I think I can't remember the name of this guy's channel, but I don't know. For some reason, he decided to call me a pedophile one time, and I'm just like, Top Ticker Trades. That's it, Top Ticker Trades. And I remember like sending him a message, and I'm just like, why in the name of God would you call me that? That's like calling someone the lowest form of SCUM on earth. Like there's nothing lower than that. That's just human trash, right? That should be executed. Okay, why are you calling me that? And he just wouldn't answer me. There was no logical. I don't. I guess he hated me. I guess maybe he didn't like a video I made, and he just decides to call me a pedophile. It's crazy, right? I mean, out here I'm a father of two beautiful children. I would never in a million years ever, you know, even do anything to I mean, when you talk about pedophile, you're talking about a sexual predator. You're talking. I wouldn't even do something, like if a kid dropped a lollipop on the floor, I would feel bad. You know what I mean? I would probably go to the ice cream truck and say, "Here you go," because I would feel bad. The little girl, if a lollipop fell, I'd buy ice cream, I'd buy a candy. I mean, my God, to call somebody that. Like, I mean, what? It's like, I treat my children like they're everything in my whole world. I give them everything. Everything, all my love, all my heart, all my soul. But once again, it goes back to this premise of thinking that people, if they hate you, they feel that they have the right to say anything you want. So, like the whole GoFundMe thing. There's facts that happened with GoFundMe, and then there's made up bullshit. Okay. When I first came into the ape movement, a lot of apes were losing money with Lou, with Clove. This is the facts. Okay. Whether Lou meant it or not, they sold their AMC and they went into Clove. Clove plummeted. A lot of people lost a lot of money. Okay. Lou laughed at them. Ha 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 ha. He was like, "You didn't sell it when it was up, you idiot, you bag hold." What? Okay. But Lou was saying that Clove was going to 500. Okay. So the thing is, I decided to create a GoFundMe page to try to help apes out that were in need. Now that either lost their money due to Clove or were struggling financially. That was the whole point. It was meant as a good thing. Now, the mistake that I made, and I'll explain it to you, and I admit to you it was a mistake, but it turns out that I didn't even keep a cent of the money. But I said to myself, look, I'm selling T-shirts. They were my T-shirts, Apefather T-shirts for a $50 donation. Okay, and then people who were buying these T-shirts, I was using the proceeds to donate to Apes in Need. But then I said to myself, shouldn't I be allowed to keep a little tiny percentage of this? Like, in other words, I mean, I am, after all, paying for these T-shirts. It's like I'm paying for the T-shirts. I have to mail it out. I have to ship it out. So I'm thinking to myself, like, shouldn't I be entitled to keep at least 10%, right? I thought that was fair. In other words, donate 90% to Apes in Need and keep 10%. So I put a little disclaimer on the GoFundMe page that said, I have the intention of keeping 10%. Okay. Everybody went completely crazy. They went nuts. How dare you, even though you're selling your T-shirts and you're paying for them and you're printing them, how dare you want to keep 10%? Okay. So, whatever. Eventually, I decided I'm just going to drop that subject. I said, you know what? I'm not going to keep. Now, I did initially put it on the GoFundMe page, but I said, you know what? Let's drop that. I'm just going to donate 100% to Apes in Need. I apologize. That was stupid thinking on my part. But no matter how many times I drop that issue, you know how haters are. They just keep dwelling on it and dwelling on it and dwelling on it, and still to this day, like over a year later, they're still talking to me about this. You put on your GoFundMe page that you were gonna keep 10% and invest it in AMC. You said that it's like, so there's just no way, unfortunately, to convince these lunatic psychopaths otherwise. Okay, so let's move on. Now, what happened was GoFundMe sent me over some sort of like a questionnaire, okay? And because they were confused by my GoFundMe page, they said to me, we need to ask you questions to clarify what exactly you're doing. So some of the questions were like, who is benefiting from your GoFundMe page? So I wrote, that I intend to donate to multiple people that are in a group or in a movement. I explained to them it's the AMC Apes, and it's, we're a movement of retail investors, and some of the retail investors have financially struggled due to the stock market or due to personal, reasons. Okay. And it is my intention to donate money to a multiple group of people. What happened was GoFundMe closed down my GoFundMe page, not because I was doing anything fraudulent, not because I was doing anything bad like all these haters want to believe, but because it was against their terms, their policies, that you cannot be a third party donator and send out donations to multiple people. So now here's where where the big problem hit. Okay, the big problem. On my GoFundMe page, I raised about $4,300, of which I did not collect 1 cent, not one single cent. I was assuming I was getting it. I was assuming, but I didn't get it. So what I did, like a jackass, like a jackass, okay, because I was assuming I was getting all this money, I advanced my own money. I advanced. In other words, I sent out $3,000. I think it was over 3,000, over $3,000 in donations to like Ape Brothers and like Ape says, sending $300 to one person, $250 to another person, 200 to another person, 300 to another person. It all amounted to a little over $3,000 in donations. Now, in addition to this, I printed out and paid for 100 Apefather t-shirts, of which then I mailed out to 100 apes who contributed this money. Okay. Now, I spent between the donations of over $3,000 and the printing and the mailing of over 100 t-shirts over $5,000. I think it was exactly 5,200. So now I was even upset at that because my GoFundMe page I only raised 4,300. So I was actually in my mind, I'm like, look, I'm spending 1,000 of my own money, which I was fine with, but I'm like, I was trying to make it like even Steven, where the exact money from the GoFundMe page would be exactly what I would donate. But it turned out to be that I was donating like 1,000 more. Like in my mind, GoFundMe was sending me 4,300, so it was like 900 more, and I advanced 5,200. So whatever, say like $900 more than what I was receiving from GoFundMe. So now, here's the plot thickens. GoFundMe, because I'm a third party donator, and my intention was to donate to all different various people all over the country, and in maybe some cases all over the world. I admit to you, I only did in America. I only donated to apes that lived in America. Now, throughout the country, GoFundMe shuts down my page. To my shock, I get a notice. We're shutting down your page. We're refunding all the money to the original donors, which were all the apes. So now I'm like, now this was after I advanced all my money. This was after I advanced all my money. So now I'm out 5,200. I thought in my mind I was out like 900, meaning I was going to get 4,300 from GoFundMe. I was going to spend 5,200 right now. I'm out $5,200, which is I donated to over 3,000 apes. I printed out 100 t-shirts and mailed them out. $5,200. I did not get 1 cent from GoFundMe. All the money was refunded. So I was very angry, as you could possibly imagine. And I said to myself, this sucks, but what can I do? What was I going to do? Ask the money back from the apes? Can I have my 300 back? No. So I let it go. I just said, all right, it is what it is. I did a good thing. God knows that. God bless. Then I started noticing that all these apes were calling me a scam artist. They're like, you scammed people out of money. I don't even know what they were there. How am I scamming people out of money if I didn't get any money? Right? I'm like, I didn't get any money, and I'm scamming people out of money, and I'm giving my own money. I'm advancing my own money. Okay, so that's how this whole thing started with the scam father, the scam father. So I didn't let it bother me. Over the next year, apes would call me, Ape Father, I see you eating a big steak. Please, can you help my family? I send the money. Ape Father, my car broke down. I would do anything if you could help me, man. Just $300. I'm like, you don't have to do nothing, brother. Here's $300. And I ended up donating another, I would say over a year, about $5,000. That consisted also of ape trivia, where I was giving like $100 donations out, sometimes a little more, and just personal donations. But the scam father, all the insults continue. It continues, but now here's the kicker. Here's the kicker. Okay. Then it gets to a point where someone calls Child Protective Services. Okay. And now, okay, my children are sitting in the principal office with the representative from Child Protective Services, who was making accusations that someone actually wrote this. Someone complained that I'm starving my children. I'm locking them in a closet. Unbelievable. Of course, they did a thorough investigation. They realized we're wonderful parents. Thank God, and that's the end of that. But just the fact that someone did that, just the fact that I'm at a point where not only do I that's it, I stop the donations. No more donations. No more aid trivia. No more being nice. That's it. I'm done. And that's it. And no more being personal. I mean, I still to this day, I see. I'll show things that I feel are not harmful. Like you have to understand something. If I show you money that's in my safe deposit box, ultimately you can't get to it unless you're gonna rob the bank, right? It's like in other words, if you're gonna rob the bank, there you go. The money I show fund coupons, it's small money. It's I show 1,000, 1,400, 2,000. This is nothing. People say, "Well, do you want to get robbed?" Look, if you took $1,000 from me, you're not hurting me. It's okay. It's not that look, it's not okay because you're going to go to jail because you're a criminal if you're a thief. But I'm just saying that to me that doesn't that's not people get crazy over that. Like, why do you do that, Father? Well, because it's fun. It's supposed to be meant as a joke. It's supposed to be meant as entertainment. That I spend this money every week to eat like a king. That's all it is. It's meant to be a joke. Now, as far as showing my portfolio, I'm not doing that anymore because if AMC has the MOAS, and I'll just simply explain it to you right off the bat, I don't know when it's going to happen. It could be a year from now, it could be 2 years from now. Let's say you all know how many shares I have now, which is a very respectable amount, right? Then you're going to calculate. You're going to be like, Apefather made a ton of money, man. Now that's scary to me. That's scary to me because that to me is real. Like let's say you knew I was worth like, I don't know, 10, 20, but that freaks me out. So I just decided I'm not doing it no more. Just based on what happened with CPS, I'm not showing my portfolio no more. That's it. I'll show little things that I feel are entertaining, that I feel are jokes. Like I'll talk about certain things, but there's certain things I won't show. Okay, there's certain things I won't show. But anyway, let's put all of that aside. So now this thing starts when I want to do the piano lessons and the breast cancer awareness event. Okay. So I was perfectly upfront and clear to everyone that I do not have a 501c charity set up yet. I was completely transparent. And I said that any donations that you make to me will be because of one of three reasons. Because you want piano lessons. You follow me? So actually, it's really not a donation because you're paying for a service. So in other words, like I'll give you an example, right? Someone gave me a $5 donation today. I'm going to give them a customized piano lesson. So they're paying in essence for a service. Or like Red Cloud, okay? He gave me a $20 donation in exchange for me putting on my Hooters outfit. I put my Hooters outfit on. I was dancing, playing the piano. That was a donation for entertainment. Do you see? And then other people like Mike Loves Cats donated money because he's a nurse. He's a beautiful human being. He really is a good-hearted guy. God bless him. And he's like, you know what, Father, your wife is going through a lot. This is for her. God bless. So I made it perfectly crystal clear that any money you send me on Super Chats is either going to be for one or three reasons. You are benefiting, okay, are you ready? My wife, because you just feel very bad for her. Your heart breaks for her that she's going through stage 4 breast cancer and you're giving her a personal donation. Or you find me funny, you find me entertaining, or you like the way I play the piano, whatever the case may be, you donate money to me for entertainment purposes only. Or the last thing is you're donating money because you would like to get a piano lesson. In actuality, it's not a donation. You're paying for a service, okay? Still, I get people saying to me, haters, this is a scam. This is a scam. How is it a scam? How is it a scam if someone is donating money to me for an entity? Like, here's an example. Somebody donated money to me. I chugged a beer. So it's for entertainment purposes money. They donate like $2 or something. Another person, I think, donated like $5 or $2. I ate a meatball. I think it was that guy Mike's loves cats. Okay, but he was also doing it for my wife because he felt very bad for what my wife was going through. So, but how is that in any way, shape, or form like a scam or illegal? Now, whatever I choose to do with this money is my business. Yes, I am saving it for a breast cancer awareness event, but that's not why you're donating it. See, so you have to differentiate between what I could choose to do whatever I want with this money. Okay, it's my money, but that's just what I want to do with it. That is what my intention is. I want to save up and build up for a breast cancer awareness event, but that's my prerogative. You know, Bobby Brown, it's your prerogative. Well, that's my prerogative. It's my prerogative, what I want to do. You're donating money for either entertainment, you want to get piano lessons, or you would like to do something nice for my wife who has stage 4 breast cancer. Now, I was transparent with that up front. I said that I don't have a 501c. I'm waiting to get it. It's going to take 6 months. And I explained to everybody this. And despite that I explained to everybody this, they're still breaking my chops, these haters. They're like, you can't collect donations. You can't. You can't. You don't have a 501c. You don't have a 501c. Guys, I explained all of this. I was transparent. I said I didn't have a 501c. I said if you're donating money to me on the super chats, it's for entertainment purposes only because you like me and you are just giving me a donation because you find me funny, or you're helping my wife, or you want piano lessons, which is in actuality paying for a service. So, but still, no matter how many times I explain it, no matter how many times I go over it, I'm a scam honest. I'm a scam honest. I'm a scam honest. So I just finished, okay, two amazing piano lessons for my student. And not only that am I sending him the videos, of course they're in private mode. I have to just put his email in. This is not open to the public. This is not. This is private videos I made for just my piano students. I'm taking the time out of my day to also talk to him on the phone. So he's not just watching the videos. He's not just watching the videos. I'm talking to him. I'm going through each step of the lesson with him. It's amazing. And you know how much he sent me for the two lessons? $10. $5 a lesson. So for only $10, I'm taking the time out of my day to explain everything to him. We're talking on the phone and he's watching the videos. Now you might say, well, why would you do this for so little money? Number one, it's a passion of mine. Okay, number one, I love it. I love to teach. Number two, once I make these videos, it's actually not just going to be for him, but these two videos I made can be used now for 1 million students. You follow me? Okay. So eventually it does get to a point where it's going to be very easy because I'm going to have so many videos uploaded that I'll just be able to go to my library of videos and just send links, add an email address to that private video and send links. And then all it will really be would be me talking on the phone when I have the time with the students. So eventually this will become a very easy process and it can become lucrative because if you have 1,000 students, example, give you $10, that's not hard to get. That's $10,000. So you're telling me that's peanuts? You know what I mean? And all I would have to do is send them the links to the video. Now you said, but talking to 1,000 people is hard. You're right, but I'll do it at my convenience. That's it. I do what I can. That's all. They understand that. So it's just based on my convenience. You know, and obviously you're not going to get 1,000 students in one shot in one day. It's going to be something that you'll have to gradually build up. Now, the piano lessons, as you understand, is not the big money in terms of the breast cancer awareness. The big money comes from the sponsors. I'm already getting sponsors that are very interested, but it's a time consuming process because first of all, I have to get a 501c. That could take up to 4 to 6 months. Number two, I have to put a down payment down on the venue or the boat or the yacht, whatever it is I'm going to rent out for this networking event. So I have to accumulate enough money for the down payment. Then I'd like to accumulate money in reserve. So just in the event that I don't have enough sponsors, I know in my head, I'm like, look, I got reserve money. I can still pull this event off and we'll work something out, later. Like, when you're at the event, you can explain, look, we didn't get enough sponsors. In order to make this profitable, maybe we'll do raffles, we'll do something. Well, I'll figure out a way to make up for the difference. But the thing is, there's I just don't understand why people are calling me a con artist. I just don't understand why people are, and they'll be like, "Well, you did things," and I never did anything in the past. Nothing. Listen to me, nothing to hurt the AMC apes or anyone in the ape community. They keep bringing up this blow up gorilla thing. They keep bringing this up over and over. Blow up gorilla. Okay, here's the deal with the blow up gorilla. It was $600. Okay, five people bought Apefather t-shirts. Five. Okay? Five people. Which was a profit of only $20 a t-shirt because I had to lay out money, okay? So ultimately I made $100. $100. Now I explained to these um, apes, which we'll get to later, that I couldn't use the blow up a gorilla because of New York City rules and regulations. You had to get $1 million insurance. You had to give them a year's notice. It was so many things like they felt that the gorilla had to be a different color because to be considered racial. It was I could, the things that they were telling me at the New York City, who handles these affairs were insane, and it was just too hard of a process. So here's what happened. I bought the blow up gorilla for $600. I paid for it. It was being shipped from like China or some crazy thing. Okay. I finally get it. I realize I can't use it. So I think my wife sold it. She sold it, I don't know, on eBay, I think, or something like that. Because I couldn't use it anymore.